He likes to say who's getting what, and I believe the UFC wasn't going for it. They don't need him as much as Floyd needs them. Because see, Floyd becomes a billionaire with them. They don't become a billionaire with this fight. Their guy only takes home 75 million. And believe me, if the UFC was telling Floyd, "Oh, you're going to pay McGregor and us," we'll fight off the fucking table right there. I don't think that happened at all. So you got to say they were getting 75 million. That don't help the UFC. UFC can do that with any given pay-per-view.
Right. I agree. That is the way it is. And yet we still do not have a fight. Now, I will say this. I do have an open contract out there.
No, but it shows how bad Oscar is at this, man. And I don't know when this is going to start.
No, I honestly, look, I have jokingly said that Oscar is just this car crash.
Right?
Did he not? And he's got an alleged drinking. I really do, based on what I've seen his behavior, he looks like an out-of-control alcoholic. I mean, I'm alleging that. It's speculation on my part. I don't need any crazy lawsuits.
No, but Lee,
he's behaving like a guy who starts to sit around and get drunk and just gets bitter and angry and starts cranking out emails and texts.
Lee, and to be honest with you, the only thing we would get punished for is joking about it. But when you watch Oscar's videos, and I know you've seen them, I've seen them, and you can tell that he's either A1 on something or he's had too many drinks, you can see the comments of everybody else that has watched this video. And it is not just Fight Net Radio that says, "Man, Oscar, you look like you're on one." I mean, it's bad. Lee, that's bad. You know, Bob Arum and Don King, maybe they're lucky they weren't in this era. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about a promoter, a guy who's running other fighters' lives. And
well, I mean,
hundreds of comments of saying this guy's on coke. You know, is he clearing his throat?
We've jokingly said throughout the years that Bob is a heavy drinker.
Yes.
Don King has been fucked up many times on camera, but they didn't have social media up their ass. They just
I don't know. Do they have DUIs and you know what I'm saying?
Well,
getting caught doing 125 in the lane.
Let's be honest. Both Don King and Bob Arum are from an era where they could make that shit go away.
There you go. Well, maybe that's all it was then.
I mean, we're now in an era where nothing gets past the law and nothing gets past social media. I mean, that's the truth. I'm sure in the old days, and Bob was tooling around Vegas drunk after a fight, nobody's arresting Bob Arum. It's not making the newspaper.
It's just, it's so funny that he wrote that blog knowing nobody knew that video was out there. None of his friends, his associates, his advisors. Like, hey, Oscar, you just said that McGregor was good for boxing 4 months ago. 4 months ago.
And I'll say this again. Everybody go back and watch the weigh-ins. I swear to you, it looks like he's being yelled at by Bernard Hopkins at the weigh-ins. He's super animated at Oscar when he shows up to the weigh-ins. I don't know. I really, and I don't know how much.
It just shows, like I said, I don't know when this Oscar talk about it, just hot air coming out of a promoter's
How much
mouth.
does Oscar really run Golden Boy from day to day, or is he just a guy who reads press releases at this point and draws paychecks, and it's based on his name? And
I don't know who the other person would be, though. I don't think it's Bernard.
I don't know. Bernard's a very sharp guy, and he's got a very sharp business mind.
I would say.
You would say?
I would say his East. I want to say his East Coast boxing promotion should be a lot bigger if he was the one really running it. Bernard was supposed to be the East Coast guy, and I really haven't seen Golden Boy do too much out there. They're basically a West Coast promotional company.
It's hard to say. Let's move on. Mikey Garcia and Adrian the Stabone the Broner.
It's a good fight, Lee.
It depends. It really depends. I'm still not sold on Broner. I think Broner's damaged good. I think Mikey Garcia is going to take him apart.
You're breaking up bad.
Am I? I don't want to break up badly. Everybody who's listening to me doesn't think I'm breaking up badly. Am I breaking up badly
All
still?
right, you sound good.
Okay.
So
I think Mikey Garcia takes him apart. I don't know how great this fight is. I'm still not sold on Adrian Broner.
look it. Mikey's moving up to 140 from 135. Broner's coming down from the welterweights from 147 to 140. That's a risky situation right there. That can throw the fight off. Garcia's actually came out this week and talked about they're a little bit suspect that Broner even makes
He's
the
not going to make
division.
weight. He's not going to make weight. He's not going to make
Broner
weight.
has power.
It's PBC, dude.
Well, then it's going to be up to Garcia if he wants to fight a 142 Broner. That's a risky fight. Look at we've said it before. Mikey's undefeated. 30. What is he? 36-0-30. He's undefeated. He was on the brink of being a superstar under Top Rank, and this fight actually put him right there with Terrence Crawford all over again, the 140. And I was real. I got excited, Lee, right away. I said, shit, he beats Broner. That's the fight they're going to be talking about is Crawford versus Garcia. The next day, Garcia said he's going back to lightweight after the Broner fight. He does not consider himself a junior welterweight. So, yeah, I was like, well, that sucks. Because I have him beating Broner.
I have him beating Broner if Broner tries to make weight.
Technical.
Wait, if he tries to make weight. If he tries to make weight. If he doesn't make weight, I think Broner's going to kill him.
Well, it's a lot riskier a fight because Garcia's moving up. Look, he has good power everywhere else he's been. But now you move up to what would this be, like his third weight division?
Yeah.
You move up to your third weight division, maybe your power isn't there that night. So, yeah, there's risk in this fight. But if Broner comes in 142, 140-ish, and that ain't ounces, people. I'm talking pounds. Garcia should be able to take him out of there. Garcia is a very, very good boxer puncher. He gives you both. He has power in both hands. Should be a lot bigger than where he is. It's very sad what he did to his career, but he's still young. I think he's 20. He's about 29, Lee? Yes. Garcia?
Yes.
29, 30. He's around there, and so you see if he can still make a career out of it. But I like the fight. I don't like the fact that he's saying that there was absolutely nothing he could make in the lightweight division. I think that's a bunch of BS. Lomachenko's there. Top Rank would put Lomachenko in the ring with Garcia. And then you have Jorge Linares there. And Linares has never been a punk towards anyone. He would get in the ring with Garcia. So, Mikey's up to his old games, but we will see July 29th, Adrian Broner versus Mikey Garcia.
Which takes us to our featured story of the evening. Apparently, Freddie-Roach is a racist. Right? We live in a hyper-politically correct climate where comments tend to get people into trouble, right? So let's talk about Freddie-Roach and his latest comments.
You would think
that somebody who actually is looking to get jobs out of black fighters has said that those Negroes don't draw on pay-per-view. He said it just like that.
No, Negroes. He did not, people. Don't listen to this man. Damn it, Lee.
Of course he did. I'm reading it in your notes. Oh, snap, Andrew. You're telling me that the notes about the Negroes is your handwriting and not what Freddie-Roach said. I'm sorry, I just didn't know that shit about you, Andrew. Fucking racist bastard.
He's lying, people.
So the blacks don't...
The black fighters.
Not the blacks. The black fighters. Have you noticed if you add the word the in front of anything and add an S to the end, it makes it equally as racist or awful? Like, no matter what it is. The Mexicans, the blacks, the whites... just works across the board. Just saying. So, Andrew, you racist fuck. What do you have against black people and bringing this story up more in the...
obviously Freddie Roach has something against
Why
him.
would he say
They
that?
don't bring him money.
First of all, Freddie, you're white. You can't. That's a hard R, bro. You put a hard R at the end. Can't put a hard R. You got to go with the A at the
He
end.
does not want any part of Terrence Crawford, Lee. And
What the hell?
he's willing to jeopardize his career for it. We don't want anything to do with them black fighters.
He only wants, Filipinos, I guess.
He said it. I want Mexicans. I want Puerto Ricans. I would like to fight Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia. He put it out there.
Wow.
Yeah, he said Danny came to the Wild Card Gym and challenged Manny. And so this is what I found interesting about the interview. Freddie Roach told Danny to talk to Michael Kontz and Manny about it. And that made me start to think, Lee, is Manny planning on leaving Top Rank for the PBC? Why would Danny Garcia's team want to get in touch with Michael Kontz? Michael Kontz might advise Manny what to do, but he's not telling Top Rank what to do. Right?
Right.
That's how I see it. Michael Kontz has never been in told Bob Arum who Manny was going to fight. So I found that kind of weird. That's at the very end of the interview. Freddie Roach threw that in. Maybe there's a big move coming here.
Or he's a big fucking twitchy racist.
And sad for Terrence Crawford. You know, he's losing Bob Arum a lot of fighters if Manny jumps to the PBC. That would be Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao both leaving Bob Arum.
Manny Pacquiao's not leaving Bob.
Of the black fighter.
Daddy Bob. He's not leaving Daddy Bob.
He should be Terrence the Black Fighter Crawford when he fights Pacquiao.
Terrence
all of his teams should bring... Hey, they should bring the one Freddie Roach fears.
Wow. Does this mean we can start doing jokes about him having, Parkinson's and shit?
No, I'm not going that far. Look at Freddie.
Can we safely say that Freddie Roach is only good to be a margarita shaker at this point? I mean,
fucking terrible.
Dude, he made the most racist. I'm sure that he did not do any scientific study on this whatsoever. None.
No, he's just going off of, we know he fought Timothy Bradley twice, right? Both of those were not good pay-per-view fights. He fought Joshua Clottey. I can't remember. I believe
you're the one who brought up this story. Let me make it clear. Did he say the blacks don't draw money?
Yeah, no, he did.
Jesus Christ, that's so fucking...
Black fighters and Manny Pacquiao good on pay-per-view, yes.
Dude, that's so fucking racist, I don't even know what to say about it.
He said besides Floyd brought him good money. They'll do a Floyd fight. That's a good black fighter. I'm just kidding, people.
Well, yeah, he's one of the responsibles.
He's one of the good ones.
He's one of the good ones. We like him.
Bill
Floyd
Maher
opened strip clubs.
Bill Maher got in trouble this week for dropping the N-word.
Again, hard R, hard A. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them because I'm white. Okay, and I dance too close to the line anyway. But, fuck, man, there's just shit that's put your racism shit away. Put it away. Look, hate everybody equally.
He's definitely fears Crawford. I believe that's the only reason why he said it. He wants to make it clear, Lee. They're not fighting those. I was going to say those guys. They're not. They're bad.
The and an S on S on the end. So it's the guys. That's even worse.
They're not good for pay-per-view business. He's clearly making that point. Yeah, so you don't want none of Crawford. I told you that months ago. They want $25 million if they're going to get knocked out by Terrence. They're not going to do it. I think Bob should pay him. Bob should talk to HBO. If Terrence Crawford is legit, they should make this fight because if Manny gets to PBC, the PBC is going to have a lot of heavy hitters in the welterweight division. They'll own the top 5?
It's not going to happen.
Lee, it could. Because Bob Arum is not
Manny
giving.
Pacquiao is on his beat up white guy tour